don't even stress it because I'll edit out anything that's silly. But sometimes the silliness.
So the whole thing for me.
Like right now. so
that's me silly.
Hey everybody, this is Kelly Orchard on Mustang Monday, sitting in my car with a very, I would say you're a new acquaintance in person, but we've been friends on social media for a while, and we seem to travel in a similar circle.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm really thrilled to have Lisa Wayman in my Mustang for Mustang Monday today, and we were both talking about our hair and how it never cooperates.
I curled my hair this morning. That's what we were talking about.
And I tried not to.
It's straight. Opposites.
It is opposite. You know, my hairstylist, and I won't name her name. I'll name her another time because I have to get her in my car. But she always tells me, she goes, "That's why I have a business, is because
for
women we never really like our hair, and we always want something that we don't have." And I think that would be a really good tip. It's like, don't compare yourself to others. You
that's
never
a good
know.
tip in a lot of different
many different ways. In personal life, in your professional life, networking.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
Is it?
When people compare themselves to others. So I think Mike hit on this last interview that you guys had, but like, if you're at a networking event and you stand up and introduce yourself, or right before you introduce yourself, you go. And you know, it's usually a circle, and you're like, "Hey, I'm Kelly with License to Be a Badass."
Yeah, I say, I certify badasses.
So awesome tagline.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. So then I stand up and obviously don't do that, you know, because I'm in escrow. And my biggest pet peeve is if you compare yourself, like, "Oh, how am I supposed to follow that?" Don't do that.
Well, you know, the thing is that, and even me, it's like, I'll own this with you right now, is that when it's like, I always joke about this too. It's like when they're going around the room with the microphone or however, and you get an opportunity to introduce yourself, I'm always like, is anybody really paying attention? Because what you're doing, you're thinking in your head, what am I going to say? And your heart starts pounding, like, oh my God. I own that. I do it too.
Well, I think everyone does.
We all do, because
you try and prepare.
You try to prepare.
Sound better.
So you sound smarter.
You sound more professional.
You sound wiser than you really are.
Right.
So you're in escrow. How did you end up getting?
I am. I'm an account executive for Corner Escrow, and I have been business development, marketing, account executive in the area, Temecula, Murrieta, for almost 6 years now. So escrow is an accident, but it's been a really fun one. It's been super fun. It's a different industry. I came from a construction background, so I was a business development marketing for a big construction company here in town. And then I went into escrow, like I said, accidentally, and it's a totally different industry, but super fun. I love it. I've been with them for 1.5 years, and it's been awesome.
So you've changed companies but not industries over the years.
Exactly.
So
I've changed industries but not position.
Okay, not position. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you know, like Mike Monroe with the Murrieta Chamber had mentioned you as a badass networker. And that's how actually we connected with that, was because I had to get Lisa in the seat of the car. Just because it was like, there you go. You know?
So the universe was bringing us together.
The universe was bringing us and that is a networking tool too.
For sure.
You know, because you can't push things too fast. You know, I notice that a lot of salespeople, they try way too hard to get the sale quickly.
Right.
And relationships take time.
They do. It doesn't happen like that overnight. And the same with, you know, my industry and how we came together. It's like, you have to put yourself out there and go out there and do all the things, and then let the universe have time to bring it to you. That's actually how I ended up at Corner. That's how I ended up with my boyfriend. There's so many things. So you have to let the universe work itself out, but you have to do the footwork too. So
Well, you know, as I always share, you were asking me about my program, which is new, and so I always appreciate when people ask about the program. You know, badass is an acronym. And so it's like so the B is for be brave, be bold, be confident, which is pretty much my tagline, but be yourself. Also, and you can't be yourself until you know yourself. So I take you through a source of tools to help you learn to be yourself. And then of course there's the A, which is attitude is everything, which is pretty much what I promote constantly. But let's just fast forward so we don't have to go through the whole thing. The first S is steadfastly stay the course. So
I like that.
I think that's pretty much what you're talking about, is the being patient, because a lot of times what happens if we don't get what we want quickly enough, we give up.
For sure.
And that's part of the comparing ourselves
for
as
sure.
well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everyone, when I send out a monthly events flyer, and it has all the networking events within Southwest Riverside County. And so if you want to be on the mailer, you just let me know and I add you to the mailer, and it goes out every month. It's right here. I brought you one. I bring everyone that I meet with one. But it gives you the opportunity to go to all these things, and everyone is always like, oh my gosh, how do you do everything? How do you go to everything? Well, first of all, I do not.
Yeah, there's no way.
No way.
There's no, it probably just appears that you do.
Right. It makes it seem like I do, but that came with hard work.
Yeah.
You know, I've been only in the real estate industry for a year and a half, but I've been in this area for 6 years. And the first 3 years of my life in building myself, my name, my brand, and the company that I used to work for was a lot of hard work. I was at everything for 3-4 years even. And then it's only in the past couple of years where I've had the benefit of being able to step back and not go to everything and not be at everything and still appear that I am, or whatever that may look like. But it's a lot of hard work at first, and it doesn't come overnight. So if you're in the industry, or if you're getting into a new industry, or if you're changing career paths, whatever it may be, it's not easy. You know, I changed careers in the industry, but I've been the same business development marketing for 6 years.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of time.
So the connections that you made at a lot of these networking events that you go to, they already knew Lisa Wayman.
They did, yes.
Now they just, and they already knew what Lisa Wayman was about.
Right.
Which is probably your customer service.
Right.
And your ability to connect people.
Absolutely.
And all of that,
Most
right?
important.
It had nothing to do with the industry that you were serving.
Did it. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, obviously it was a benefit because it was my job.
Yeah.
But exactly.
Right.
So I switched industries but not positions. That's what I say all the time. And, you know, my success is from those hard works of getting down and being at everything and doing everything and trying to meet as many people as I can. That's like the other biggest piece of advice that I got from an old boss of mine. You just meet everybody. Whether they're in your industry or you think they can be a referral partner or not, or whatever it may be, always go and meet everybody and be friendly and kind. And because that is what I'm known for, is connecting people, because I know so many people. So people come to me, even if they're not in my industry. Has nothing to do with my, you know, career or whatnot. It's definitely helps, and I can connect a lot of people in my industry, of course. But even if not, you know, they come to me and I give them that connection, and that's what I'm known for. And I love that. Yeah.
So I want to touch base again about the comparing yourself to others.
Yeah.
You know, as we got into my car, Lisa was sharing, it's like, what am I going to talk about? And so we just started having a conversation.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to turn this on right now. And we just continued the conversation.
Yeah.
Because why?
Super fun.
That's just how it rolls.
Exactly.
And I've had several people, you know, when I've said, hey, do you want to get in my car and let's do a tip, a badass tip from the street? And they're like, oh my God, what would I even say?
Yeah.
The thing is that it's like, once we start having a conversation, you don't realize that there's a camera recording you.
No.
Yeah.
I mostly talk to you and I forget that thing's over there.
I just do it to make sure that whoever's watching realizes that I know you're watching.
Yeah. We know you're watching.
We know you're watching. But
this is not scripted.
No. None of mine are scripted. I try. But comparing yourself to others, because I know that I can be guilty of that.
Well, everybody does.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah.
So for you, in your experience, how do you stop doing that?
I think honestly, practice makes perfect. You know, so if you eventually learn how to introduce yourself and you're not thinking in your head, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? You know, it eventually gets easier. You eventually don't get so nervous. You eventually, you know, I don't even, like today, I didn't even prepare anything to talk to you about. I'm like, hopefully it'll just come out. I don't know what I'm going to say. And it is. But I think practice makes perfect, and nobody is the same. Everybody has different things to offer clients, or, you know, the community, or whatever that may be. Just like in my industry, I love all the escrow reps out there. I think they're awesome. The escrow companies are great, but we all have something different to offer. And you have to capitalize on that. Find out what that is. When I first got into the industry, I had a client of mine say, what makes you different? What do you offer that, you know, maybe somebody else doesn't offer, or any of these companies don't offer? And it took me a while. I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean? I've never had to have that. I don't know what that is. And I tried to think really hard, like, okay, I have to find something that's going to brand me and make me different. But I was looking for something that I already knew.
Yes.
and it just came, and networking is my thing, and connecting people is my thing, and everyone knows Lisa Wayman, and that's my thing. That's my important value.
I almost want to give you a tagline because your last name is Wayman.
Yeah.
It's like Lisa is the way, man. Or some,
That's awesome.
I always do lame stuff. I mean, I certify badasses. I mean, it's like I'm always coming up with something
from some little tricky line.
But see, I was guilty of that myself with the not being able to like completely brand myself. You know, I've gone through a couple of different branding attempts.
Sure.
But for me, always the same product. Yeah. So for you, it's like kind of like the flip flop of you is that same concept. Your business development, different industry. Yeah. And we all get guilty of comparing ourselves to somebody else and even their success.
For sure.
And part of the program, part of my badass program also is to determine what success means for you.
Right.
Because even that's different for everybody.
Exactly.
Because I remember the first time I learned what somebody's definition of success was. She was just like, when I'm happy. Yeah. It had nothing to do with money or relationships. She goes, I'll feel successful when I'm happy. Yeah. And it's like, okay, so what does happiness mean for you as well? And these are some of the things that we dig deep on. Yeah. But when we compare ourselves to other people's journey or their life path or where they're at in their career, it's really easy for us to feel that depression or anxiety, and I talk a lot about that as well.
Yeah, you just don't know. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's measure of happiness is different. Success is different. So you just don't know, and you have to find that about yourself, and then travel that journey and try not to walk someone else's. And
one of the things that I've learned over the years of business, and I've been in a long time, is that if you just be yourself, if you're just who you are, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, right? Because you the whole idea is for you to find your own sense of purpose, your own happiness, and what makes you uniquely you and great. Yeah. And it's not always, it's like I could never follow you around. I mean, it's like and do all the things that you do. I just don't have the bandwidth. I call it bandwidth anymore. Yeah. To do that. And
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either sometimes.
Have you cloned yourself yet?
I'm trying. Yes. I'm working on that next. But that's true business and personal.
Yeah, especially personal. It's like I treat single ladies and married married men and single men, and it's like, and everyone is always like thinking that somebody else has a better relationship than they do, or that I wish I had a relationship, but I can't meet anybody great. And even like that in relationships, we don't compare your relationship to somebody else's, or the fact that maybe you don't have a relationship and somebody does. You never know what's going on behind those closed doors.
For sure.
And so just be happy with who you are as you are, and if you feel you need to grow, then it's time to grow.
Yeah, yourself. And then everything else will fall into place.
It does, like the universe, like this meeting right here. Exactly. The universe brought us together, and I feel like I've made a new friend too.
Me too.
Yeah, yay. All right, so do you know the tagline? Besides, I certify badasses. I certify badasses, but all right.
That's the one I was gonna say. So obviously no.
Say that she certified badasses. Do that. Point at me and say, "See, she certifies badasses."
She certifies badasses.
There you go. Okay. So, all right. So, thank you so much for joining me. This is Lisa Wayman. I'm Kelly Orchard, reminding you. Now, say it with me: be bold.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Be brave.
Be confident.
Be confident.
Be badass.
Be badass.